Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this little Zoom video conference that I'm hosting here with a member of the home warranty community. She's going to be logging on in just a moment. And one of the reasons I feel that this is important, especially in this time, whether somebody's looking to buy or sell a home warranty can be a great asset for a seller to provide some peace of mind and comfort to buyers. Also to buyers that can come in knowing that maybe they don't have to be as strict and stringent on some things, asking for repairs, because they might have a home warranty that can help them out if something needs to be done down the road. And or knowing that if something breaks or goes wrong that has been inspected, they can have that peace of mind. So without further ado, Ms. Sharon, welcome. It is so great to see you. Would you go ahead, take a moment and just introduce yourself and how long you have worked in the home warranty industry, and then we'll get into some discussion here.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Sharon Padilla. I'm with Choice Home Warranty, and I have been in the home warranty industry for 18 years.
18 years. And in full disclosure, I want to make sure that I point out that we're talking, we've worked together, but I don't receive any kind of compensation from working for Choice. I actually recommend Choice and work with Choice a lot because I feel like they have one of the better packages and plans. And having had clients that have had to use the home warranty, one of them, I'll tell a real quick story here partially. I had a gentleman who bought a condo beginning of 2019. We did the inspections, everything was good. We did the walkthrough, everything was good. We went to the closing. He moved in after the closing, literally plugged a lamp into an outlet that afternoon after closing, flipped a switch, and fried all the electrical in his condo. And the home warranty, you guys came out and he paid the processing and got the whole place rewired. And it was just that simple. He just called. So that's one of the things that I've appreciated about working with you and your company. But I'm not a paid spokesperson for you or anything like that. But talk a little bit about home warranties in general, and why would a home warranty be a benefit, especially at this time, to somebody who is either looking to sell their property as a service that they could provide, or a benefit that they could provide, or a buyer making sure that they have a home warranty on the property before they move in.
Well, some of the great things that we have to offer is we have free seller's coverage. So when you list a property out there, you can put a home warranty on it. And should that seller have a mechanical breakdown or a system, an appliance that goes bad, they will have coverage to help them repair it. When you put the seller's coverage on, they get $3,000 worth of seller's coverage. And then they would just call in a claim and say, my stove is not working, and they'll give us the make and the model. They'll put the claim in online. A contractor will come out there, assess the situation. In some cases, we're always going to repair first, but in some cases, they will get a new appliance. And then that future buyer's got a new stove in there. For buyers, it's great because, we're all at one point, we don't know how to do everything. Right. And so, like for myself as a single mother, having a home warranty has been very beneficial for me because I don't know how to go out and put a new garbage disposal in. And when my garbage disposal breaks down, what I do is I put my claim in. It connects me with a contractor. I pay my $65. They assess the situation. Again, sometimes they can repair it and sometimes they can't, and I get a new one.
And when somebody has to make a claim, one of the things that I always talk to my clients about as a benefit, especially a buyer saying, well, why, if the seller's not providing a home warranty, they say, well, why do I want to make sure I have a home warranty? I say, well, here's the thing. The most common thing that I see is like a dishwasher or garbage disposal, right? I said, so your dishwasher isn't functioning properly, and you call a plumber on your own to come out. You're paying a service fee plus the parts and labor for whatever they repair. All right. When with the home warranty, and again, different companies have different service fees, but with the home warranty, you pay the service fee, and then any parts and labor that's covered. So you are automatically saving money out of your pocket by not having to pay that extra. Because like when we moved into our house several years back, our dishwasher, we knew it was older, but it was functioning. About 3 months in, we had to call and have it serviced. And so I asked the plumber, because we had a home warranty. I asked the plumber, I said, how much would this have cost me? I think at that time it was like a $99 one. I don't remember. I said, how much would this have cost me to have this work done if I'd paid out of pocket? He said, you would have spent $470 today.
Mhm.
That's the home warranty, just in one trip. And what's nice, and talk about this a little bit, is it's not just one time that you can use your home warranty if you have it. Talk about that and how that process works if people have different issues.
Okay, so the seller's coverage on the seller side, they have $3,000 worth of coverage to use however they need to use it.
Hmm.
During the listing period, you can add the seller's HVAC on. It is an additional cost to do that. But when you put a claim in, you would have up to $3,000 worth of coverage for your air conditioner. Um, Other warranties may only give you $1,000, may only give you $1,500, but ours gives you up to $3,000 when you do the seller's HVAC.
Hmm.
When you're a buyer, you have systems and you have appliances. So a system would be considered an air conditioner, a furnace, a water heater, and then each one of your appliances are separate systems. Okay. And when you call in a claim, you will have up to $5,000 per system to utilize under the warranty. So let's just say it's a water heater claim. You would call our 800 number, or we're kind of paperless, so we'd rather have you put your claim in online because it's much quicker that way.
Sure, sure.
You can go in and you can put your claim in online with your email address and your policy number.
Hmm.
Then you'll have a drop-down box, and on your drop-down box, you'll put water heater, you'll put gas, and in the little section there, you can put, it's not heating my water. It has to have a failure in order to put a claim in.
Hmm.
And then you can put, it is a Bradford White, it's 40-gallon ductless water heater.
Hmm.
And then the claim will go out to the network. Once it goes out to the network, we're like Uber, and everybody today has taken an Uber one time or another. And
Hmm.
when you dispatch, it goes out to the network like Uber does, and the closest contractor will pick it up. Okay. Once that contractor picks it up, they cannot just say, yes, I want that appointment. They have to actually schedule an appointment, which is our niche in the game, because a lot of the traditional warranties will say, I'll take it, they'll dispatch it to their favorite one, and then that contractor will call them, anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to schedule an appointment. When
Hmm.
ours picks it up, they have to actually schedule the appointment, and then we send them a text message, and we also send them an email saying XYZ plumber has picked up your claim. They're going to service tomorrow between 1 and 4 p.m.
Hmm.
And so that makes it really nice for the homeowner. Once the contractor goes out to the home, they will then assess the situation.
Hmm.
Once they've assessed the situation, we are again paperless. And so they can go right to their portal and say that your water heater has failed because it has burned from the inside out and it can no longer heat hot water. So
Hmm.
what they'll do is tell us that now it has to be replaced. It cannot be repaired, because a warranty will always repair
Sure.
first and then replace. And so now they'll tell us that the water heater has to be repaired. They will then give us what the part numbers are, and they will tell us what we need to satisfy your claim, and then we will authorize them right there on the spot. What may happen though is sometimes the homeowner may have what we call a non-covered cost. What
Hmm.
happens is when you have an older system that has to be placed into a new system has to be put in to replace that old system, the plug on the new water heater or the furnace or maybe on the other side. And
Mhm.
when they have to put a new plug in to accommodate that new piece of equipment, that would be called a modification. And that is normally the homeowner's responsibility on home warranties.
Right.
And so, you may have a $50 modification, depending on which level of home warranty you order.
Sure, sure. But there still are going to be substantial savings even in that case versus if they had called the company to come out and just fix the water heater themselves.
Oh, exactly. Because I mean, if you have a power vent water heater, the retail cost on that is, could be $1,800 to $2,000, and
Mhm.
their non-covered cost would be just the service fee and maybe a drain pan or something. It could be $100.
Yeah. Now,
'Cause-
you mentioned based on what kind of warranty program they have. So talk about that a little bit because all companies that I'm aware of at least offer different levels of coverage. And you guys are the same. You have, I think, three plans currently. What would be the benefit of the your choice plan, your premium plan versus just I just want a home warranty? Why would somebody want to consider maybe the more expensive options?
Well, we have three different levels. We have a choice plan, a choice plus, and the choice ultimate. The choice ultimate is our best one that we have,
Hmm.
and it would include basic coverage, refrigerator, washer, and dryer, and then it'll also give you the upgrade. If you go with just a basic home warranty, which would be the plan, all you're going to get is parts and labor.
Hmm.
If you go with the plus, you're going to get parts and labor plus refrigerator, washer, and dryer. And then if you go with an ultimate, you're going to get that upgrade. That upgrade is really important. The reason it's important is because it adds extra bells and whistles to your home warranty. For example, I'm a new buyer. I don't know anything about this house, and the inspector says everything is fine, but yet there's always that undetectable, that failure that nobody can see behind the wall. Okay, and it will contain up to 1 year of unknown conditions.
Hmm.
Okay, so you've got that bathroom that grandpa and grandma never used in their house. They finally sold it. Now they've got a family of five that's moved in there, and they're using that bathroom all the time, only to find out that the wax ring is missing and it started to leak. That would be an unknown condition. Nobody knew it was there
Right.
or that it was missing. And
Right.
so by putting the Choice Ultimate on there, even when you have to replace your air conditioner, it's going to cover your building permits, your haul-away fees, your Freon recapture. The government tells us how we're going to recapture the Freon that's in your unit and how we're going to dispose of it. All of those things would be covered items on the Choice Ultimate. So it's kind of like buying a Pinto, a Camry, and a Cadillac. You're going to get what you pay for
Mhm.
by how much that little extra monies that you add to it is going to save you monies on the other end.
Mhm. So for somebody who's looking at whether to do a home warranty or not do a home warranty, I mean, your basic package is still going to add a lot of value.
Exactly. I mean, even if you did the choice plan, you're still going to have parts and labor.
Hmm.
Again, a water heater, just to go to Lowe's and pick up a water heater could cost you $800, $900. It's still going to cover the parts and labor.
Hmm.
Okay, it's just not going to cover the building permit required, the haul-away fees to get rid of it, and maybe if there was any code violations. Because anytime you replace something, you always have to bring everything back up to
Good,
code.
good to code, right? Now, there are certain things that are not covered by home warranties, and that's important to talk about too, because we don't want to give the wrong impression that, man, you get the home warranty, you get the most expensive plan, you just don't have to worry about anything. What are some of the things that are specifically not covered that could be things that people would regularly deal with?
I get a lot of calls after a hailstorm. They want a new roof, and or the window broke. We don't cover the windows. I've had people call me to ask for doors. My door broke, I need a door replaced. Anything that doesn't break down due to normal wear and tear, that's a system and mechanical, is not going to be a covered item. um, One of my favorite stories was a lady that she was looking at her walls on a Friday night, and she decided that she wanted to paint. And she called me and said, hey, how much will it cost me to get paint? Those are things that are not covered.
Well, there you go. Yeah. One of the things that I think I run into a lot in working with first-time home buyers and some investors as well, as when you're looking at older homes, sometimes there can be leaking basements, there can be foundation issues. Those are things that are also not covered, correct?
That is correct. Anything that is concrete encased or outside the main foundation of the house, besides a well pump, a septic tank, or a septic system, or an air conditioner, those would not be covered items. It's always best to think of floor up, walls in, roof down,
Mhm.
and that would be what would be covered on your warranty.
Sure. So if something breaks, then it's likely going to be covered inside the house. But if it is something that deteriorates, if it's damaged due to like a storm or something like that, usually those are things that are not covered, correct?
Right. Storm damage and secondary coverage would belong to your insurance company that covers your house.
Perfect. And that's what I wanted to point out, but I wanted you to say it. So if a hailstorm damages your roof, like you said, if a tree falls and breaks a window, if there was an earthquake or a fire, that's
Mhm.
not the home warranty. That's your actual homeowner's insurance.
Insurance. That is correct.
Perfect. Now, go back to the coverages for systems and talk about appliances. Because again, some places, when they're selling, they leave appliances. Some places don't. Some leave some appliances and not others. With your typical home warranty program, are there appliances that would not be covered unless you got special coverage or elected some additional option?
Okay, so appliances are covered on the Choice Plus and the Choice Ultimate, but only on the Choice plan, you're only going to get your stove, your microwave, and your dishwasher. Okay, a refrigerator, a washer, and dryer, you have to go up to the next level.
Hmm.
All right. Now, if you are bringing in your own washer and dryer from a house that you are moving out of and moving into your new home, yes, they would be covered on the Choice Plus or the Choice Ultimate. They did not have to be part of the sale, and they would be covered. It's just that they have to be in good working condition at the start of the warranty.
Sure. So you can't pick one up from the curbside that somebody's getting rid of, put it in, and then call and say, "Hey, this fridge I have doesn't work."
I would appreciate that they didn't do that. Yes.
What about other things like pools or jacuzzis or things like that? Are those things that can be covered with a warranty program?
Those would be considered buyer's options,
Hmm.
and they would be available for the buyer on the day it closes escrow. And there are pool and spa coverage, and then there's above ground pool coverage. We have two different types of coverages because
Hmm.
there's two different types of pools. And believe it or not, an above ground pool is harder to work on than an in ground pool.
Interesting. And what about for folks that maybe live more out in the country and they have a septic tank, they have a cistern
Mm.
or a well or anything like that? Are there coverages available for those sorts of items as well?
Um, Cisterns are not covered on any warranty, but the septic system, which
Hmm.
would be the pump and the line that goes to the septic system or the septic tank,
Hmm.
would be covered, and then the well pump would also be covered. But they do have aggregates, and I know that's something we haven't touched on. An aggregate is the amount of money that the home warranty is willing to spend on that one covered item.
Gotcha.
And so you just have to watch each one of it, depending on which warranty you get. You
Hmm.
just need to go into the limits of liability and check to see what is covered, what's not covered, and then it'll tell you how much is covered.
Okay. And what about outbuildings? Like I know if you have a house and you have a garage, like the garage door opener is usually something that's covered if it breaks. But what if you have a detached garage or a barn or a workshop? Are there things that can cover systems in those buildings as well?
Well, what I like to do, and I just did one in Georgetown yesterday, that she had a house with a garage with a mother-in-law suite above the garage.
Hmm.
And what I did is I put it in the system as a duplex. And when I put it in the system as a or the guest house coverage also. The garage would be covered for the garage door opener. But if
Sure.
you have a shed, a she shed or a he shed or a barn or something like that, those are things that are not covered
Mhm.
on a home warranty.
Okay. Very good. Any other kind of specific quirks that somebody, if they're looking at a warranty, either as a seller to put it on as coverage or a buyer looking to get, that they might want to pay attention to or know specifically to look for this or ask this question?
You know, the most important thing is on all the home warranties, it's going to ask you if you can see it through a simple mechanical test or a visual. Okay, so um, your home inspection reports are very important to that buyer. It's very important that you look at those home inspection reports.
Mhm.
It's very important that if there is something on that home inspection report in regards to water heater, air conditioner, or furnace that says that they see that the outdoor unit is completely encased in fuzz bunnies, you know, and it's not breathing properly. You
Mhm.
really need to get that looked at and you need to get it cleaned because if you're not cleaning your system for the manufacturer's requirements, it will suffocate your system. And then it could be possibly that it won't be a covered item on the home warranty because the inspector pointed it out. The inspector told you it was broken, and so you need a licensed contractor now to go in and look at it.
Which is why, again, as an agent, I always try and request in our inspection addendums that the HVAC, if they don't have records, if a seller doesn't have a record of the system either being new or having been maintained, that's always one of the things that I'm asking for. Even if the inspector didn't specifically point out that there was a problem, because if it's winter time, we don't know that AC system is necessarily going to work, and they go to fire it up and it doesn't function, and they call you guys or any warranty company and say, well, there's this is obviously that this wasn't taken care of properly, and then it's not covered. That's a big shock for some buyers, and can cause a lot of frustration.
Right, right. And it's important to have somebody look at it because a licensed contractor would be able to tell you if all the parts and pieces are there. Missing components are not covered on a home warranty. If it's missing something, it's just not going to be a covered item.
Mhm.
In the middle of the winter, if they've gone through all those touches that you just said, they would be eligible for coverage.
Mhm. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about that I know Choice does, and I believe some others have picked this up, but I think you guys were one of the first, is
Mhm.
the rekey coverage when somebody buys a house. Talk about that and what that does and why that might be of value to somebody.
Um, I always like to talk about rekey as a little story that a customer called me, and he had just closed escrow on a Monday, and they were moving in that Monday afternoon. And the warranty switches from a seller's policy to a buyer's policy as soon as it closes escrow. Okay. And as him and his wife and his family were moving into the home, I guess all the neighbors started coming over to introduce themselves. And as they were introducing themselves, they're like, oh, here, by the way, is a key to your house. Oh, here, by the way, is a key to your house. And as soon as he realized that every single neighbor on the street had a key to his house, he realized that he needed to get new locks on his doors. So he called his agent, and his agent said, you need to put a claim in right away for rekey. And what that means is that Choice for $65 is going to rekey 4 doors and 4 locks. Okay. And we're going to, if you have more than that, you need to tell the contractor when he's at the home because he will key all of the doors to match alike and give you keys for them. But we're only going to pay for 4 keys, 4 locks for $65. If there's additional ones, then he would just work that out with the contractor that comes to the home. If you don't do it while they're out there, they could charge you $150 just to come back to the home to do the same thing that they just did.
Wow. Wow. And
But
again, it
rekey is
just
important. Yeah, I'm sorry.
gives you that peace of mind because you don't always know, especially if the seller is maybe moved out or they were really friendly with the neighbors and the neighbors had a key to watch the house while they were gone. You just don't know that sometimes.
Exactly. And I always like that little story because I would have never have guessed how important it was to get your house rekeyed right away until he said, everybody in the neighborhood has a key to my house. I don't even know these people.
Hopefully he's going to get to know him. Well, hey, this is great information. Talk a little bit about Choice Now, your company that you work for, and just give us a little bit of information about who they are and why they're a great option for folks.
Okay. Choice Home Warranty has been around for about 14 years, and we're based out of New Jersey. And we started out as a consumer product, which was a direct-to-consumer product. The real estate product came around about 3 years ago. And what we did is we built a product we took all the different warranties out there, and we built a product with all the best things possible that the realtors and the homeowners said that they loved and they liked. Every year we make enhancements to our warranty, and we make changes to our warranty, which are really good. But some of the things that are really good, our best policy is only $580. It is for 13 months, and it has a low service fee of $65. And sometimes that service fee can be $75, $85 to up to $200. So there's another point that you get what you pay for. If you're paying $300 for a warranty with a $200 service fee, every time you call for a claim, it's going to cost you $200. So that's important for somebody to look at. Again, we have the rekey, 4 keys, 4 locks for your buyers. We are open in every single zip code in our area here, Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. If for some reason it doesn't come up as an open zip code, I've missed it. Call me right away and I'll get it fixed. We have no caps on Freon. So some of the warranty companies only pay $10 per pound. So if a contractor comes to your house and finds out that your air conditioner is low on Freon, and it needs 3 pounds of Freon, they're only going to pay $30 of that Freon cost. And Freon can go anywhere from $75 to $200 a pound. The rest of that cost would be on your buyer or your homeowner. It would be a non-covered cost. The appliances on ours are covered for your sellers. On the Choice Ultimate, you get the refrigerator, the washer, the dryer, and the upgrade. And on the Choice Plus, you also get the refrigerator, washer, dryer. On some home warranties, appliances aren't even covered, which is another thing that's really important. You get free seller's coverage on our warranty for 6 months or 180 days. On the day it closes escrow, we just transfer it over to the buyer. And then the buyer has coverage, but the seller has up to 6 months or 180 days. I have no age restrictions on systems and appliances in the house. We have that Uber-like dispatch system, which makes it very quick for your homeowners. You go in, you put your claim in, and then it gets dispatched, and the contractor's out there. Right now, with everything that's going on out there in the world, I have had very good comments coming back that the contractor was out there the next day and was already assessing the issue and telling them what was wrong, and in most cases was already corrected. Right. We have our online claim tracking. So when you do have a warranty with us and you go in online, you can see all the different things that are going on with your warranty because it tells you what's going on. We also have vetted and approved vendors. And, sometimes a customer may want to use their own vendor because that John Smith Plumbing is the only guy that's ever going to come into his house. And if they let us know up front that they only want to use their plumber, we will let them use their plumber, but it'll be at our cost. We won't pay retail. If a contractor does not pick it up in the system after the first 24 hours, usually they're picked up between 8 and 24 hours. If a contractor doesn't pick it up, they will get an email notification from us that says, hey, we don't want to delay your claim any longer. We're going to let you use your own contractor. At this point now, they can use John Smith's Plumbing, and they would get a set of rules as to contractor still needs to follow the rules, needs to call in with the claim information and let us know that it is a covered claim, and so that we can approve him. And if we a lot of the other companies don't do that. We also do a military discount at $35 on single family homes for active, retired, first responders. Anybody that's on the front line right now gets a
Mhm.
$35 discount, and we call it the Vet 35.
Which I just found out about this week when a client of mine who is a military veteran called to ask. He asked me, and I said, I don't think they do a discount. I've never heard that. He's like, well, I'm going to call and ask, and sure enough, he got
Yep.
it.
We do the 35. And then we also do multi-year pricing. Okay, so what happens on a multi-year in most warranties, you take the first year and they'll give you a 2-year warranty, and it's $600 plus $600 is $1,200 for 2 years, because $600, and I'm using that for simplicity, is the cost of their best program. With ours on the Choice Ultimate, in the brochure, is going to say 2 years, which is also 26 months to me, because you get that extra free month. It says $950, but I also have a $100 off coupon right now that would give you 26 months for $850. You have 3 years or 39 months for $1,250, and then I can give you 5 years, 5 months for $2,000. And the reason those multi-years are really important, especially to your sellers, is because a lot of times the new buyer is going to go, oh my gosh, it's got R22 equipment. I want you to replace that entire air conditioning system because it's got the old Freon in it. Well, the seller knows there's nothing wrong with it. The seller knows that it's working, and the seller knows that a new air conditioning system is going to cost them $7,500 to $10,000. So what a lot of my sellers will do now is they'll say, listen, I'm not going to buy you a new air conditioning system, but what I'll do is I'll give you a 5-year home warranty, which again is 5 years, 5 months. And now his cost is only $2,000 versus $10,000. So he just saved himself $8,000.
That makes
And the only thing the buyer has to do when you have a multi-year warranty, and it's going to be the same on just about everybody, is after the first year, you don't have that unknown condition. But after that first year, it's also your responsibility as a homeowner to get your system cleaned once a year. You need to get your furnace cleaned. You need to get your air conditioner cleaned and go by the manufacturer's requirements. And so as long as you have proof that you've cleaned it, you should never have an issue as long as it broke down due to normal wear and tear.
Nice. Now,
Okay.
let me ask you one more question before we wrap up here. Let's say that somebody's watching this and they're a homeowner, but they're not really looking to sell their home. Or, I just bought my house and I didn't have a home warranty, and I just had my first repair, and now I'm like, oh man, maybe I should look at that. This is something that a homeowner can add at any time. I mean, I'm coming at it from the standpoint of a seller offering it to help enhance the sale of their house, or a buyer having it to give them protection, but it's available at any time, right?
Absolutely. So if this seller or this homeowner calls you, what I would ask is that you call me directly on my phone.
Mhm.
And what I'll do is, because they're coming through you, Huff Realty, I will give them the real estate program that's in the picture in the background.
Mhm.
Okay. And they'll get the 13 months, and then I will give them the home warranty. The only thing that we have to do is we have to put a 30-day hold on it, because the insurance commissioner requires that a 30-day hold be put on it. In tomorrow, and then file in a claim for a whole new system replacement. It helps with the insurance fraud end of it. But
Sure.
yes, everybody can have a home warranty on their home. And if they want the one that's in the picture that says Choice Home Warranty, and it's the real estate version, just send them directly to me, and I will get them set up in the system the correct way, and I'll do everything for you.
Mhm. And obviously, I can connect them to you if they reach out to me. But what is your phone number if somebody wants to call and talk to you directly?
888 275 2980. Again, that's 888-275-2980. And that is the Choice Home Warranty the Choice Home Warranty Pro. That is the one that you're selling, and that is the one that I'm selling in the background. So they want to call that one.
Mhm. Absolutely. Well, Sharon, this has been great information. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Thank you for working with my clients as well. I know over the last year and a half, you guys have taken care of several of my clients after they've moved into to homes. In fact, I just got an email from one this morning said that bought in February, and she said that she had an issue and that they were fast, responsive, and easy to work with. So
Oh, I love to hear
and
that.
I wasn't even looking for that, but she just sent me a message. So
No, that's
thank you, thank
awesome.
you. All right. I
That's awesome.
appreciate your time. Stay safe out there, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Okay, thank you. Have a great
Bye.
day. Bye.